Shalom, shalom to Yasha Allah. Alright. I'm your Carl. Alright, I'm back at A again. Never stopping, He ain't gonna stop, man. Regardless, Yara Tazar will never stop, man. So today we'll talk about something that, I wanna share. Alright, it's like a lesson. Alright, but before we start, we will turn to the east and we will give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waha, Raha, Kwadash. Alright? Double honors to the apostle and the elders of GMS. Alright? And then peace and salutation to the brother who are in the Lord. Okay, who are preaching this glorious and fantastic gospel. Alright, and also Shalom Wahab to the brothers and the sisters, okay, that are in the truth and sincerity. Okay? Right, so the title of the lesson will be Behold, I will send many fishers. Alright? Behold, I will send many fishers, and I will read the precept, okay, that I'm using, but obviously I'm using it in a peculiar context or in a particular context. Okay, right. So we're gonna go to Jeremiah. Okay, 16 and 16. And he says, Behold, behold, I will send for many fishers, say the Lord, and they shall fish them. Alright, so we're gonna stop here. Because that's what I wanted to take and make it, the visionary and the lesson for people to get what I'm saying, okay? So, as we know in this truth, you become a fisher. You learn the truth. Either you learn on YouTube or you learn around brothers, you go around camps and you learn it, you take camps, you take note to the point where you become confident. Or I would say the most I put a spirit in, because in my case, I was very, calm, quiet, reserved when I first came in the truth, that's part of my nature. I'm a quiet guy as well, I'm not all, I have both, okay? It's the balance. I have both sides, okay? So you go the quiet Yazakal and you go the fiery Yazakal, but I'm those two elements, okay? So when I came in the truth, I was very quiet. When I was part of the Church of Yahushua, I was very quiet. And then at some point, the Most High just threw His Spirit on me, and I started to be more bold. All right? So that's what happened. So when you get the Amawan, the faith and the confidence to start preaching, you become a fisher. All right? You become a fisher. But the thing about being a fisher is this. When you fish, right? When you fish, you can fish catfish. You can fish crabs. You can fish prawns. You can fish all those unclean fishes, man. Right? As well as, the clean one. The sea bream, the sea bass, the tilapia, what else? The red snapper, so on and so forth, right? Now it's up to you, the fisher, all right, to throw away or throw back, okay, the fishes, the unclean fishes in the water, okay, and that's the situation that we have in this truth. Sometimes, certain spirit or certain soul will come. It doesn't necessarily mean like they're necessarily good, okay? They will come in the fold or they will come in the flock, but they're of a different spirit. And after a while, you're going to find out. And as well, not all fishers are good. And we're going to go into few scriptures for you to understand. Right now, as we speak, the season that we're in, believe it or not, right, brothers and sisters, you got to use discerning spirit, man. You got to have a discerning of spirit. You got to be able to. It's not now a case of, a brother. No, the Bible says clearly, let me go on it. Let me read it. Yeah, let me read. This is very important. This is key, This is key. Ecclesiasticus 6. All right. Ecclesiasticus 6 and 7, and it says this. Sirach 6 and 7 says this: if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him, man. That's something that I'm learning. Look, there's people, there are spirit out there, and there are soul out there that are very good in camouflaging their intent, their intention, and the bad energy. It's only when something, after a while though, when you, because we are in the truth, we are in the business of the truth, so eventually things will come out. Who you are will always come out. Who you are will always come out, man. Okay? So brother need to prove people that come around them. Not everyone that say that they're in the truth mean it or act like it. Alright? So you go as well, bad fishers. You go wicked fishers. There's people that are in the truth out there in the highways and byways that are not good. So brothers, when you come in this truth, when you look at brother in the, that's because you might see me preaching today. You see me, you know, I put on the garment, I'm in the street, or I'm in-house and I preach, you know, indoors and I preach. That's all you know about me. Let's say you're somewhere, you know, you only see me through, you know, the mean of the camera, you know, videos and YouTube and that. That's all you know about me. But you don't know nothing about me because you don't really know me like that. So there's a lot of things that are happening behind the scene that you may not be aware of in this truth, man. So what you need to do, that's why you need to take this. I cannot understand why brother don't fast. Every time I fasted, right? Every time I say, okay, you know what, I'm going to fast. Something happened. Something happened, man. The Most High reveal things to me, and reveals things to me as well that I have to change. Because, like I say, you know, the Bible, we all know that the Bible is a sword. It's a double-edged sword, meaning when you judge other people, know that you're judging yourself. So, in the process or in the midst of all the things that are happening behind the scene, I'm drawing lesson for me so I can be better. Because you know I'm not perfect, right? But the lesson is the bad fishers and the unclean fishes, right? That we may fish when we come. So we have to use, you know, wisdom, because when we read the Bible, you understand that Yahushua already warned us about what's going on, man. It's about to be scandalous out here. It's about to be serious out here. The Most High wants to start exposing people for who they are. So you better be on the right side, man. Because when a fire comes, that fire doesn't have, you know, how do you say that? ID recognition devices, you know, to say, oh, this guy. No. If you're somewhere where, you know, the soil is bad, some way or, you know, some way, somehow, you're going to get touched. Because you're where you're not supposed to be. So every time you make a move in this truth, you got to pray and fast, man. Because it's not always, you know, what it seems to be. What you see is not what really is. There's things that's happening. Because demons are not overt, they're covert. Demons don't operate overtly, they operate covertly. Just remember that. Something that seems like love could be just manipulation. A way to control you, a way to sway you away from what's right. So it's about now, like that movie, I don't remember that movie where the guy, when he took off the glass, he saw one person. When he put the glass on, he saw another person. Right? That's that spiritual ability that you need to have to be able to know who is who. But usually it's about observing people and looking at patterns. Okay, so we read, I want to read randomly something that we read at camp. Okay, which is Titus, right? Titus 2, which is very, very important. And I want brother to really meditate upon that, man. Okay? There's a lot of scandals that's happening behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes. The Most High is trying to reveal things. There's a lot of false accusation. There's a lot of, things that are said. But when you're a man of the Lord, right, in this walk, you got to look at your words in a meaning. You got to know how to respond to things. Because you can be tricked out of your spot. And you can be led to waste bullet. Like, meaning, waste your energy on something that's not important. When you're under attack, you need to fast. Because the Most High is telling you something about yourself too. Maybe you were too relaxed. Just because you're relaxed or just because you don't fight with certain sins, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep on praying and keep on fasting. It's supposed to be a lifestyle. So the Most High will bring certain things to make you get up and say, yo, I'm on it now. Because it's a constant battle. So I'm going to read Titus 2 and 7, man. I want brothers and sisters to meditate upon that. The few brothers and sisters who are watching the channel, I want you to meditate on that. Okay? So Titus 2 says, in all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works. So it's not about, and when you say good works, it's about your character, what you do. Look, if you're calling me to manipulate me against another brother, don't you think that I know that you're a manipulator? I may not say anything to you out of respect, but the time will come where you will be exposed for who you are. Be careful how you talk to brothers, man. Because the same thing you do, you are revealing who you are. They may not tell you that at the moment, like you call brothers on someone back and say, call a brother, or, what do you believe, what do you think of this one? What do you think of this brother? And things like that. So that the brother can have it. No, you're doing yourself, because what you're doing now, you're exposing yourself. That's what I mean. I don't call brothers from other camp or whatever to tell them about a next brother. I don't do these type of things. There's a situation I already spoken to the brother that is concerned. But unfortunately, in this truth, sometimes you're the last. You're concerned, but you're the last to know about the situation. Brother will call other brother instead of calling you. So we're talking about being men. Being a man is not, sending a voicemail or a voice note to insult another brother. Because we can all get carnal, man. We all have the ability to be killers, to be the worst of worst, to be wolves. But in this truth, you have to get rid of all of that and be spiritual. And we're going to be spiritual, man. You want to bring carnality? I get spiritual. Because I'm not going to lose my salvation because of, because you have to understand, spirit can jump on you. When you're emotionally, disturbed about something, spirit can jump on you and use you to do something that you wouldn't do normally. So we got to be careful on that. But anyway, in all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works. Like I said, character, the way you conduct yourself. Going out there to preach is just normal, man. But what if you're a demon? You got a demon that's preaching. You got a guy called Comfy that said he was a comforter. Where is he now? Didn't he have a big congregation? But he was a demon. So just because you put garment on, you do the way, doesn't mean you got to work on yourself, man. So it's in doctrine. So having the doctrine 100% is very important, man. Okay, because if you don't have certain understanding, that means the Most High haven't opened your eye. But when you read, let me read you something quickly when I finish that. Say, showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity. All right? So we're going to read now. Ephesians 1 and 3. Okay, that's a very good precept that I'm liking these days. One of my favorite precepts these days, man. It says, Ephesians 1 and 3 say, blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who hath blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly place in Mashiach. So the spiritual blessings allows you to have a discerning of spirit. The spiritual blessings allow you to have a wide range of understanding. When you read the Bible, you understand. When people talk to you, you know if they're lying or if they're telling the truth. When something is, you understand, you have a logic, you have common sense. Those are the blessing of the elect, man. The elect don't fall into no understanding this, no believing in the mark of the beast, the MOTB, no believing in reincarnation, so on and so forth. No. The elect understand the word, man. Because think about it. The elect is just the old prophet. Sometimes they're the one who written. Most prophet, maybe except Esdras, Daniel, John the Revelator, who kind of like had the understanding of whatever the prophecy. Most of these prophets, when you read it, they didn't know what they was reading. That's why even they were trying to find description using terminology of the time to explain what they were seeing. But these same old prophet who written this Bible, who were inspired to read in the Bible, who saw this prophecy, to whom the prophecy was given, the revelation was given, these prophets are back now. So it's easy for them to understand it because they wrote it. Or they were around the prophet who received it. So it's easy for them to understand it now. They came back to explain it. What we know today, we didn't know back then. Though we received it, we didn't fully understood it. But now we understand it. So the elect will understand it. When you read Isaiah 11, the elect is quick. Because Yahushua is quick to understand. So the one that are under him will be quick to understand. The word is not a secret really, except the one that the Most High don't want us to know. So if you're blinded, you got to be humble, fast, pray, and maybe the Most High will give you the mercy for you can receive it. Okay? So it's important to have that connection, that spiritual blessing, man. So you can understand, you have that comprehension, okay? That comprehension, all right? So now let's read what we're supposed to read. Because, with the Spirit you go left and right, but, the point is being made. All right? So we're going to read John 15, okay, 5, 6, and maybe 7, okay? Let's read John 15. John 15, okay, 5, and it says, I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing. So when you are in the Most High, when you are in Yahushua, when you're sincere, or at least when you're trying, when you don't find a loophole to justify your sin, the Most High will open himself. You're going to be spiritual. You're going to understand this word. You're going to be strong. You're going to bear fruit. You won't be an agent of manipulation or discord. You won't be a snake on the grass. You won't be a wolf. You won't be two-faced. You will be spiritual. All right? You will speak the truth. Because really the fruit is the truth that you're speaking. All right? But before we get back to that, I want to read one precept. We're going to get back to John 15, but there's one precept that comes in my mind. Okay, I want to read it quickly. We're going to get back to John 15. Okay? So we go Psalm 119. All right? Verse 13 says this. And this is a precept, right? This is a precept, believe it or not, right before I came in the truth. I was standing, before, a flat, and I saw a Jake passing by, and then he had like a piece of paper in his hand, and he put it in my, I was wearing like a how do you call it? Like a shirt. Right, a short sleeve shirt, and I had Those, it had like a pocket right there, front pocket, right? So he put a piece of paper in the front pocket and he vanished, right? He was gone. So I'm thinking, what is it? So I'm looking, I'm taking the paper, I'm opening in Psalm 19 and 13. Immediately I woke up, I went to open the Bible because I had a Bible, you know. Always had a Bible, but I never took it seriously because remember I come from Christianity and that. All right? So I read it and I'm like, wow, I understand why I'm like that. So we're going to be like that regardless, man. We're going to speak the truth regardless of the enemy that we're going to make, man. Because even Paul said, though I'm rude in speech, okay, I am not in knowledge, man. Brothers going to have to learn to take the truth. Yeah, the truth hurts, man. Rebuke is not meant to be pleasant. It's uncomfortable. Okay? So we're going to speak the truth. The prophet died because they spoke the truth. Didn't you know that? So what make you think that it didn't change? What it's going to be, it's going to be. But we're going to stay focused until the end, Yahweh Ratazah. We ain't going to let anything stop us, man. Okay? So, Psalm 119 and 13 say, with my lips have I declared all the judgment of thy mouth. So with my lips have I declared all the judgment, okay, of thy mouth. What is the mouth of Yahweh? The Bible, the word, the law, which is spiritual. So a man that is spiritual will never be offended by the truth. Sometimes you can be watching the brother speaking. You might think he talks about you, but if you're spiritual, the spirit will reveal to you that you're not talking about you because you're going to have a peace. And you're going to be able to take it. All right? So that's very important. That's why we speak the truth. Now, we might sometimes speak with a lot of, a lot of like, should I say drama, or should I say emphasis, or should I say, way about it, theatrical, ways, movie type ways, all over the place ways. But it's the truth at the end of the day. All right? Like the word say, am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? Okay? So we're going to go back to John now. We're going to go back to John 15. And we're going to carry on. All right? So I read 5, let's read 6 now. So he says this, if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. Now, fire and water, same purification thing, same element, right? But working differently and being composed, okay, or made differently, but yet doing the same work. So he says here that, if a man not abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, okay, and is withered, and men gathered them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. Just like when you fish, and you fish something, if you fish a catfish and it's not good, you throw it back in the water, man. You cut that off. You separate. You see, in this truth, we are coming back with the old ways. So, whether people can say whatever they want, but we're gonna stay principled, man. You're going to come and walk over us and do whatever you like and move without protocol. We're going to cut you off, man. That's just the way of the man. We're going to cut you off. It is what it is. And brothers say, oh, you're gonna be on your own. You're going to preach on your own. So what? But it goes to show what some brothers thinking like, oh, we want Yahweh God to be on his own. And for me, I'm the type of guy, I speak my mind. I'll always speak my mind. So there's no point, leave the guy alone, man. Because he will always speak his mind. Okay? I will always speak the truth. That's my nature. I can't change it for anyone. Okay? Yeah. So, brothers want Yazakar to be on his own. That is not biblical. That is not sincere. That is not brotherly. But at the end of the day, I have bad news for the brothers that want me to be on my own. At the end of the day, it's Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, who brought me in this truth, not a man. He used a vessel, the brother Asham, which I respect and I salute, all right? He used him as a vessel, but ultimately it's him who did the work. So it's not a man. It was all written. My life, everything is written. And if I'm in the truth and I'm strong, because Yahweh allowed it, and it's going to carry on like that, if Yahweh pleases. Okay? Right. So if you're not profitable, think about, look, work out your own salvation, man. Work out your own salvation. Oh yeah, you better work out your own salvation. You better get them doctrine right. You better, and I'm talking about in general, because this truth is a lot of brothers. This truth is not only, because I'm a bit, it's sad that brother, every time I preach, brother would think that I'm talking about them or whatever, or subliminal. No. I'm speaking and he's touching brothers that are over there somewhere, and then they because I have to speak the full range of the truth. I'm not gonna now, work on eggshell, because now apparently every time I say something about brother, no, I'm gonna carry on speaking, man, because I need to reach the brothers that need to be reached. Okay, so let's be spiritual about this thing, because this truth is spiritual in the first place. All right, right. So verse 7 say now, if ye abide in me and my word abide in you, you shall ask what you will, and it shall be done unto you. That's the level that I invite me and the brothers to go to. We have to get on that level, man. That level of the spiritual now blessing and spiritual power. This is where they're about to come against us. You think I got time for a brother that hates me? I pray for the brother that don't want me to succeed and prosper in this truth, man. I pray for the brothers, man, because it's deeper than them. It's deeper than them, man. I'm fighting demons, okay, and I'm fighting the top, the God. They're the one that will come against us like it's predicted, like it's prophesied. So I have to get ready for them coming for me, man. And I have to get ready, because when they come, we don't know the outcome. Only Yahweh know. So whatever the outcome is, I want to be able to be, so that when my work follow me, is favorable to me. When I work follow me, it's positive, man. I don't want to be in a situation where, now, I compromise so much that, Yahweh don't know what to do with me. Cause then I'll be thrown away like a branch that withered, man. Thrown away and cast in the fire, man. Okay, so this is few precepts that I wanted to bring. I don't want to be too long. Okay, or I didn't want to be too long. Okay, bring to really, encourage brothers, man, to be fruitful. We have to think about being fruitful, because the Bible says you shall know them by the fruit, man. You don't want to be the brother that is known, for calling brothers, to manipulate them, for doing things, for presenting yourself as a righteous man, a loving man, but behind the scene, you move like a snake. You don't want it to be your legacy, because when you work, and that's what in Titus 2 and 7, it's talking about a pattern. What is a pattern? You see, a pattern is like a structure like this. Look, something that you leave. You see, architecture, whatever. Style, round, square, rectangle, triangle. So basically, you move like the dog. He has a pattern before he sit down. He never changes. You go around him like that, and then boom, he sit down. It never changes. So a snake will always coil, sleeve through the grass. It never changes. So what is your pattern? What is your pattern, man, in this truth? Because you have to remember, like in my country, they say when a man walk, he leaves his steps. So as you walk, you leave your steps, man. So what's going to be the steps? When people look at us, they'll be like, these steps are very dodgy, Wow. Yeah. Because when the hunter, when they go, they're able to see if like a wild animal was around by just looking at the steps, the fresh steps that he left. Like they say, he left the trail. You don't want the legacy to be bad, man. Because people see, man. People may not tell you but they see. They see. Okay? They see, man. So let's be real. I'd rather be hated because I'm real. okay, than love because I'm fake, knowing that. Because when you're fake, right, when you're two-faced, what happens is that after a while, people will discover you and they will stay away from you. And then you will ask yourself, why are people still? Not because you're fake. But if people now, want to fight a brother that is real, that's different. He is real. And to be honest with you, in this truth, when you're real, Yahweh Shai, the 12 apostles, they were real. They went against them. They killed them off, right? So that's what's going to happen to you, because they're going to hate us because we speak truth. Okay? So yeah, that was it. I hope you were edified. And with that, I'll turn to the east again. And I'll give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waha, Racha, Wadash. Shalom. Shalom, Israel.